when you were building your own enterprise, was there a moment when everything looked uncertain?
See, one thing is very certain, and that is uncertain. Is what I feel.
Tell us about the little boy called Mrudang.
In Mumbai language, people would call me a bondu.
What did those years teach you that success never?
You can dream what you want. Your current circumstances should never let you dictate your dreams.
So did you realize that this small project would shape your future?
No, not at all. For sure, not at all.
What did the first customer teach you?
You should listen to your customer more than what he speaks to you. Luckily, I would say with God's grace, I've always got very good clients.
I fit into that.
Yeah, definitely.
Welcome to another episode of Hidden Gems. This podcast isn't about fame. This is more about connecting with people who have made changes in life. Last episode, we met a cafe owner who actually taught us that excellence isn't about making big. She taught us that it's about love and it's about showing up every single day. Today, we are going to go into a different world altogether, a world of technology, where you'll hear about AI, robotics, computer vision, brain-computer interfaces, word that sounds futuristic. But behind all this is a very humble human being, Mrudang. When I first met Mrudang, I knew there's something special about him. And when I first heard him, I became a fan. I became a fan not because he's good at his work, not because the biggest or the largest organization wants to work with him. It's because there is something increasingly rare about Mrudang. His business is led by his heart, not with his technology all alone. So without wasting time, Mrudang, hi. Welcome to our episode. How excited are you?
Yeah, I'm always excited. You make me excited. Your energies make me excited.
To start off with, let us go back to the beginning. Tell us about the little boy called Mrudang, who's still a little boy today for me. But yes.
I will tell you that in Mumbai language, people would call me a bondu. Bondu. Because I used to go to school with, oil completely drenched in my hair, ekdam like that. That kind of a guy I was. Very much not at all notorious, not at all naughty, very much oriented, very obedient for teachers, for parents and everything.
Like a nice bacha.
Yeah, I was like that. Oh. Not at all street smart.
I'm not street.
Yeah.
So what was your childhood like?
When you ask me this question, I would say that yes, I feel my childhood was beautiful. Okay. And it was beautiful because of my parents is the first thing that comes to my mind, because they made it beautiful. They always kept me encapsulated within an environment of positivity, of happiness. So I might come from a beginning, or maybe I was staying in a small house. But, I understood that one thing, that when you were, what actually I remember now with respect to my childhood is that positivity, is that environment which my parents gave me. So that's my childhood for me. I feel it always beautiful.
Only child?
Yeah, I was the only child.
There it comes from. So what values did your parents unknowingly give you?
I strongly feel one thing, flexibility, not on the compromise side, but true flexibility. So my parents, I feel both of them are very flexible. They are they evolve, and that's the best quality or value I think they've unknowingly I've imbibed from them. So I don't have very strong beliefs. I do have my strong beliefs, but I have that thing in me to evolve. So whenever I learn new things, I'm always ready to evolve, and that has helped me a lot with respect to technology, because technology is moving so fast that I have to keep on adapting. And I feel that was one of the best things that they unknowingly taught me.
You often mentioned, if I remember, even when we were talking about your humble beginning. What did those years teach you that success never?
First of all, I don't see, I see me in every other Indian, because 99% of Indians would have beginnings like me only. There's nothing major struggle, or there's nothing major thing in that you take it as a victimhood. But what I see is like, if you have struggles in life, any sort of struggle, you should always not let your struggles or your current circumstances stop you from dreaming equivalently or out of proportionately. So you can dream what you want. Your current circumstances should never let you dictate your dreams. Never. That's what my things or my beginnings have always taught.
Yeah, that's a more on an overall look you're talking about. But this humble beginning teaches you a lot of things which a success cannot teach you. So that is what I was trying to find out. What is that humble beginning which has taught you? Because when you come from the grounds, you know a lot of things which you probably will not get it in your books. You will not get it in your success. In fact, it is most of the times taken away from your success.
You know things from the ground up. That is one of the most important things. You value money. You value a lot of stuff. And frankly speaking, you enjoy the journey because you've seen you've seen a lot of things. You've seen the downtrends. You've seen the down things. You've seen the up things. So that is something no one can take away from me now, and that's the best thing. So I would, if I get a new janma, I would again like to be this way itself, because when you learn from the ground up, that's the best thing. That's the most beautiful thing. That's an opportunity. People should cherish them.
So you always been a technology kid?
Well, no, I don't think so. During my childhood, my mom used to give me all those toys, Lego toys and all those things. And I remember that I used to love to create. So when I used to create something, I used to feel very happy. So I was into creating, is what I would say. And gradually I saw that technology is the best tool, is the best medium. That if I actually want to do something creative out of the box or invent something, then technology is the best tool I can do something with. And so I got married with technology.
So what fascinated you more? Computers or solving problems?
Oh, definitely. Even my core philosophy inside within me is that only I want to solve problems and not create problems when they don't exist, because sometimes technology people do that. Yeah, but to create an impact. I started by serving companies and helping them solve their problems, streamlining their stuff. And gradually I want to move ahead by creating my products where I can impact society as a whole, and that would satisfy me the most.
So you love solving problems and impacting life.
Yeah, I feel that's there somewhere in the core within me. I really like when I make something that impacts something, that solves something, that helps something. And if that can help the society as a whole in some way, that would be my best satisfaction I can get.
If it wasn't for that, we would have also not met.
Yeah, definitely.
You came in because you could actually resonate with my topic.
Yeah.
You were not the one who actually I should have gone to, but you felt the need that no, if I can make some change, let me do.
Yeah,
And that's how we met.
Yeah.
And that's how our journey started.
That's how people like us always resonate with each other, because maybe somewhere we are, it's difficult to find people who like us. I might not boast about it, but I can tell that definitely.
Increasingly rare people.
You don't think money much.
Yeah. No, definitely not. So that is the reason I think we are today together and we are trying to build something. And I'm sure what is going to come out is going to be really... I don't want to right now use the platform, but we are looking forward
Yeah,
to...
it will definitely impact things. Yeah, they change things for the better.
So was there a defining moment when you knew technology would become your life?
Well, nothing dramatic and nothing like, okay, there was one defining moment as such, because I believe that when things happen gradually, that's actually more defining. That actually is something that stays with you. I remember one thing, that while during my school days, during my vacations, in 2003-4 or something like that, I got a computer from one of my cousins, etc. And then I wanted to learn something. So I started learning software, making websites. Someone told me that, hey, you can make a website or something. And I just wanted to explore. So I got into it. And luckily, in just few days, I made a website. So my dad was associated with the trust, and that was the first website that I created. And, it actually solved some purpose. And obviously it was not for money, but when I saw some purpose getting solved, I felt very happy. I felt, because no one actually told me to make that website at first. Okay, but I just made it. No one saw it in entirety that, hey, there is something great that has been made, because it was late. It was in 2003. People were not even that much inclined towards these things like they are right now. So that can be a defining moment where I felt satisfied that, okay, if I create something and technology is helping me to create something which can actually, I can publish it to the world and it can have some impact or some impression left over the world. Maybe that was the starting point, maybe.
So going to the second segment, you were still in the school when you wrote the software for the caterers. How did that happen?
I think, well, the timeline is a little mismatched there. I was in college, and before that, I had already created certain websites, software, etc. And I just happened to be, like I told you, I had created a website for a trust, and he saw that, and we were connected somehow, and they were discussing some problem with the caterers were discussing some problem, and I was reading theory those days about the software solutions, and a lot of things. So I just asked them that, hey, I can actually create a solution for you, and your problem can get solved if you don't mind. Literally, it was a one-off talk, and I was not knowing that person at all like that. And I just started making that software because I actually just wanted some real-world project to try out my skills or try out what I'm learning.
So win-win.
Yeah, because I always like to do something for the real world. If the tutorial is telling me, okay, make a test project of task manager, nothing, I don't like that. So I just wanted that. So I just tried it out. And it took time because I was in college. Obviously, studies were there. So on and off I used to do. And maybe 6, 7 or 8 months down the line, he would have forgotten it. But I knew his office, his whereabouts, etc. And I just went over there. And I told him, did you remember that we met over here and we spoke on this? I made something for you. If I can just give a demo.
Wow.
And I loved it because he was surprised. I could see his joy when he actually sees certain things, and when I actually figured out further detailed problems which he did not tell me. He was so happy with me, and that was my most satisfying moment.
Wow.
And maybe that time I genuinely understood that, it was like if someone would tell me, tell moments when you were the most happy in your life. The silly moment was that. So then I understood, forget money, money is important, but the satisfaction that I got, if I'm getting satisfaction from you, then this amazing. So
It's not a silly moment, by the way. Creating something like that, he must have not even bothered. He must have forgotten about it, and somebody coming with a solution, and that is technology solution. So it's not a silly moment.
Yeah, it was a very small software though. It was, I would not even call it a software.
Now you won't call it, but at that time it was. So did you realize that this small project would shape your future? Have you ever thought of that?
No, not at all. For sure, not at all. Because things were not that ways. In fact, after college, I don't know, I was, for a year, I was not even sure maybe whether I'm going to the States for further studies or not. Because my parents wanted something like, okay, at least go there. Because they were worried, because they always saw that I was never street smart, bondu types. And it's like, you cannot do business. I had certain things in me that maybe I would do business or something like that. But they were like, that's difficult for a personality like you. So they were like, try. Study something.
Were your parents in business?
Franchise kind of a thing, not purely a job thing also.
Okay.
Yeah, but normally my overall family is not from business.
So you're the first entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Wow. What did earning your first money through coding feel like?
Yeah, genuinely I don't remember that first money. I actually created projects and I delivered projects. And maybe I was always behind that satisfaction which I just told you. And even things like these happened, that I made something for some person and he did not like it. Maybe there was a communication gap and I went on a different direction, something like that. And though he might have paid me something for that, but I don't remember that money at all, because for me, the satisfaction was more important. At that time, money was not important that much.
This is the true Mrudang which I liked. Yeah. It's all about my
And if when you say first money, then the only first money I remember is my first paycheck, the salary. So while I was doing all these things, and after some gap, I joined a small startup software company. It was just a 6 month or a 9 months thing that I did over there. So over there, I was doing things, but I was not knowing the full-fledged purpose behind it. I was just doing things what was told to me to do
Instruction.
in the way I was told to do.
Okay.
So over there, money was important for me. So that I remember as the first money.
I can resonate. So looking back today, what did the first customer teach you?
I don't remember first customer, but maybe the first customers, the initial customers. The strong thing that I learned from them was, okay, it's not all about hard work. It's not all about sincerity. It's not all about that, okay, I have made the best software. No. One of the most important things I understood that you should listen to our customer more than what he speaks to you. That is something I understood after few initial customers. Listen to your customer more than he talks to you, more than he tells you things. So you have to go very deep into his business. You have to get into his shoes.
That's wow.
That is the most important thing I understood, because I made certain things, I delivered, he did not like it. That was a heartbreak for me. And that is what it taught me, that, hey, I need to listen. I need to go deep. Because many times customers tell us, make this, make this, make this. And we exactly make that, and that. But when we actually deliver, they feel, no, I did not want that. Because somewhere within him, there was something else. So you don't need to go.
Yeah, most people can't articulate what they want.
Yeah, so you need to go deep. You need to understand that. That is what I learned from my initial customers, and that stays with me forever.
So if you're going back to our segment 3 now, every entrepreneur talks about success. Tell us about your failures, which nobody knows.
Yeah, I think I've already answered that by saying that, a lot of my clients, initial days, when I used to spend time over their projects, and if they don't like what I delivered, or if I feel that, okay, there was a mismatch in some way or the other, okay, that for me was one of the biggest failures, that, okay, why I was not able to match somewhere or their understanding. So according to me, that was definitely an important failure over there. And apart from that, understanding people, gauging people. So I feel that apart from your technology work, apart from what you are good at, what is very important is to understand the people around you. Okay, not just your clients, but even your employees or people you are working with. If you don't understand them in the right way, okay, either they can take you for a ride. It's not about the right thing, but it's like you have to understand them also. Only then you will be able to do things in the right way. Understanding the people around you, according to me, is a lesson that I learned from some major failures, which I understood by not understanding people, both sides, clients also and employees also.
World where you stay, it's a technology world. You put in, if you're developing something, you're putting so much of your heart and soul into it. You're developing it and you feel that you have put the best of efforts. But many a times, even after putting that efforts, the technology doesn't go to the next stage.
Or the product.
The product doesn't
Of the delivery.
Delivery.
Yeah, see, this is a very common thing actually in the world of IT. So what happens is, today we meet. Okay, you have a bright idea, you have some idea, and you say, hey, Mrudang, let's make this. Now, before AI, obviously, software used to take a lot of time to make. Okay, and if you really want to make genuine software with genuine architecture, like 9 months, 8 months, 9 months for an enterprise thing was a very common thing, was a very easy, normal thing. All right. So what happens is, technology is moving fast. Now, after 9 months, when the delivery comes, or even between those 9 months, your ideas will change. Your things of looking at your own things will change. You asked something from me today, and your perspectives also change after 2 months.
True.
So now it becomes very difficult for a technology service company like me, who want to be with your expectations, or who want to deliver something to you which you will love, to actually match those things. So for that, it is very much important to continuously communicate with your clients, is what I learned, and to even talk tough things when you have to, because that keeps things good in long run. That's what I understood then.
Because technology for me is a leapfrog. The moment you're thinking, somebody has already made it.
Yeah, and that's what happens. Today you come with something, and after 2 months, you would actually see some other person in the world who's made something. So that would give you 10 other ideas. And then you would like to change things in.
Doesn't that disturb your development?
Initially, obviously, yes, but not afterwards, because then we actually streamlined our things. We actually used certain frameworks, certain methodologies, not just normal methodologies, but methodologies that the way we communicate and we be with our clients, we keep their expectation management also in place. So we actually created our documents to do those things, and that's what has helped us.
Many a times or ever, I mean, I'm not saying many a times, you just ever felt like, hey, mujhe nahi karna, it's so disturbing.
Yeah, see, you always get different types of people, right? Some people are not stable, come what may. Or there are some people who just want to keep changing their things, etc. It happens, and you need to acknowledge that okay, when you are into a business, when you are doing something, you have those 10% things like that. And
how do you deal with it when you feel like it's such a difficult person and so difficult to match their expectations and you're not realistic?
No, it is. I feel it is possible to handle when you talk in the right way. When you talk with the right energies, when you make people understand in the right way, so then that changes the other person also somewhere, is what I feel. And you have to handle. So that's what it is. You have to try. Obviously I failed, obviously I had issues, then you have to keep trying. I think that resilience to keep trying with your own self, that okay, where I can improve my methodologies, because it's not possible to improve others or change others, not at all possible. Tomorrow you'll get a different type of a client, or and luckily I would say with God's grace I've always got very good clients, 99 or 100% of good people that have been.
I fit into that.
Yeah, definitely. So that's always there, but yeah, so you have to keep trying. Resilience, that's what sums.
When you are building your own enterprise, was there a moment when everything looked uncertain?
See, one thing is very certain when you take up entrepreneurship. One thing is very certain, and that is uncertain. Is what I feel. And then you start living with it.
That becomes a part of it.
Then you start living with it. Obviously, it affects your health also, because that's a type of stress. All right, but I have dealt with it. You've lived with it. When the first question when you asked me about childhood, I actually remembered something later. So in my society, building, etc., normally all the people I used to play with, they were all a little elder, 5-6 years elder to me. So, and sometimes when we had time, and there was a guy whom I had to bowl, okay, and he used to hit me for sixes everywhere, continuously. But maybe that has helped me, because I never gave up over there. I used to love to play. So I keep bowling. Arey, let him hit six. Maybe next time. Somewhere I feel, because I remember this because that guy met me few days back and he just made me remember this. So then I connected. Maybe he used to feel that, arey, what type of guy you were, yaar. I used to love just hitting sixes every time, and you never got bored bowling to me. But maybe now I realize that maybe that shaped some resilience in me. You have to keep trying. And because I always saw there was some improvement. Kuch to improve ho raha hai. So that has somewhere helped me in my entrepreneurship journey, that you just keep trying. Even you're in my engineering, I've got KTs and all those things, and that created a resilience in me. When I cleared them, basically rewired my minds, and that created resilience in me. And I think that is one of the most important things that we need to carry, because when there is so much of things uncertain completely, your resilience can only make things certain.
Yeah, in fact, I would say the more you keep doing the same thing, you will realize you have learned it much better the next time.
Yeah.
When it's a KT, when you do a KT, you do the next exam, you feel, arey, it is so simple, मैंने क्यों last time नहीं सीखा?
Yeah.
You keep learning every time you
keep trying is what I feel.
How did you survive those periods emotionally? That's also a very important aspect.
Maybe I survived it because I did not have a plan. because I did not have a plan B.
That's so
For me, it was like, okay, if not this, then nothing.
nothing. Okay.
So maybe that helped me survive. That helped me sail through it. Maybe because when you think that, okay, if not this, then that, or maybe not this, then that, then your mind wobbles. But maybe one of my cousin brothers, Jugal Mathuria, he told me, you won't be able to do job. So while I was doing my entrepreneurship, I got into it. He said, you won't be able to do job. So maybe somewhere it was fit in me. This is the only thing I have to do.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, plan A is the only A. That's it. It's the only plan. That's it. So maybe that helps. That gives you the power emotionally also, because when you start thinking of options, maybe that makes you weak. I don't know. But luckily I did not have options, and maybe that helped me survive. That's what I would say. And I don't know, when you ask for emotions, yeah, maybe that's something I did not address. I should have addressed. I feel we should all address our emotions, but I was so much into it. I was so much rushing through it that I did not address. Or maybe entrepreneurship does not give you the time to address it, and I just dragged. Maybe I don't know if that's good or bad, but no options, only this. Keep moving it.
But that's also very, very right. You put it so rightly. People have options, they start looking out. And in our corporate world, we have only learned about options. Plan A nahi chal raha hai, to plan B. Plan B nahi, to plan C. You have to have 3 plans already in place. That means we are already designing ourselves for a failure.
Yeah, but pragmatically, while I'm doing my projects, I have my plan Bs ready. So pragmatically, you should do. But I feel somewhere that for your bigger goals in life, or your bigger purpose, if that's a purpose in your life, you should not have a plan B, is what I feel.
I need to learn this, because every time when I go emotionally low, I say, should I go back to working? Because you've seen both the worlds, right? So we always have this option, should I stop this and go back to work? Should I start searching? And maybe that's one of the reasons why corporate people who come back to working and from being an entrepreneur, they go back to corporate world. They give up very fast. So maybe that's the reason. And this is a good learning.
So during COVID, when things were really tough, financial pressures were there, a lot of things were there. Maybe I remember while you were talking this, I remember that there was a slight thought in my mind, hey, should I try for a job? Something like that. But but that thought did not stay at all in me. For sure, thank God. What plan B was not there.
But then if I have to ask you, who stood by you during those difficult days?
It's the grace of God, first of all, whatever I am, what helps me to run my things is only because of my parents. So they've made me that resilient, they've made me what I am.
They stood by you always.
Yeah, so definitely they've stood by me. Even my wife. So, I would like to tell one thing that, and this is what I feel, that, I feel that it's difficult to be an entrepreneur's wife also. I feel that's my personal thing. I feel because when we start, she's also building her career. She's a dentist, and she's building her career. I'm building my career. So it's always difficult to be those partners when both are actually moving with your uncertainties with it. That's a very difficult part. And that's where I feel that I think my wife has supported me. I have supported her. And that partnership helps, just by sailing together, it's like a support. But otherwise, I feel that, during the initial uncertain stages, so many things are uncertain. Every day, so many things are changing. That how much will you tell people? That how much will you every day tell your wife, or every day tell your parents, or people around you, or every day tell your friends? I mean, what to tell? How much to tell every time? So somewhere I feel that in my life, or in an entrepreneur's life, you have to stand by yourself. You have to take yourself up. That's what I feel.
Technology is changing rapidly. What do you think should never change in human beings?
No, I would say things should change in human beings. God has made us to continuously evolve. We have to evolve towards the better things. And technology has helped us evolve again. And I feel it will help us evolve better. I see one very much positive thing coming ahead with respect to AI. I feel if people believe that, okay, maybe AI will help us to have more time, then that is the best gift AI or technology will give us next. Because when we'll have more time to ponder within ourselves, then that will help us grow in the EQ way, in the emotional way, in a lot of things, which will be the best thing for us to evolve, is what I feel. So somewhere I'll be positive. Technology will help us evolve in the better way.
That's because you're a technology person.
No, not like that. It will. Maybe it's a cycle, I feel, and humans are getting towards it. Humans will get towards it. At the end of the day, the core things are there within us. They will prop up. Maybe it might reach the threshold and then it will prop up. But okay, I'll be positive. But I feel
Yeah, see, technology is the new normal. We cannot run away from it. But I also feel the human touch, it will never go out of
yeah, sure, definitely not.
It's not going to go out.
And I feel that will increase.
It is going to increase.
Yes.
But if you see, if I have to just go back from our parents, when I have seen my dad working, or at that point in time, they had so much of time for their family. They knew Saturdays and Sundays are their family time. They were there when they were. But as we kept increasing, technology kept coming into our life. We were saying that work is going to reduce, but work has never reduced. In fact, it has evolved. It has given us more opportunities of working. Where everything was in paper and pencils, today technology has taken over a lot of your paperworks. But has it taken over time from us?
Yeah, so I somewhere agree with you that yes, in the initial days, maybe, I cannot comment about the initial days that people had more time, but one way to see is this, even right now people have time. Look at the amount of time people are spending on social media. You just ask any person to take up their mobile phones and check how much time they are spending on social media. So it's also
I put every day in a breakfast table.
how we use the technology, correct? It's about how we use the technology. And that's what I said, threshold. So automatically we revolve. So maybe people are using so much of social media, then a stage will come and they'll be like, hey, I need to stop this. I need to be actually more social with my people, with the person next to me. So that can be cyclical.
It's all of an individual discipline that people should know, and they should know where technology should not drive them, they should drive the technology.
Yeah, that is definitely a must. That is definitely a must. But technology has become so big. I mean, the social media giants are so big that they have the power to influence a lot of people. And influence a wave.
It's a hook. Actually, people get hooked to it.
Yeah, so
We do mindless scrolling. Maybe we are not having anything which is relevant, but we are still scrolling.
yeah, so that's what I would like to teach my child, and maybe the next generation will come up with these things in mind, and they will choose the technology in the right way. For us, maybe it just came and we were just over it.
Yeah. So what makes you genuinely happy?
So two things, yeah. When I solve a purpose, when I do something out of purpose, and I see someone getting happy with that, maybe it can be my parents, my family, my wife, or it can be my clients. Then I obviously feel happy. But I also see that as a contractual happiness. But recently, from a bit of yoga that I've been doing, I've experienced something that being in the present makes me in that happiness mode. So always seeing things as it is, being more mindful, being more present is kind of a better mode of happiness for me, is what I feel.
What breaks your heart?
So sometimes I can't even give 2 hours to my child. Okay, when I reach home, he's already sleeping. He sleeps at 7 though. But it's not break. I don't. It's not like heartbreak, but I don't like it. It's not even guilt, but I just don't like it. And so that's something which breaks my heart a bit. And anything related to family, I love harmony. I love harmony wherever, whether it's family, office, wherever. It's like if there's a conflict, I'm like, okay, let's get rid of the conflict in the nice way somewhere, but harmony should be there.
What kind of people do you enjoy working with?
I feel every person should have compassion in him. Okay, their politeness is very much important. Pragmatism is important. They need to be pragmatic also. So I like to be with people in that zone, and I very much strongly believe in one thing, that a man is known by the company he keeps, or you can say it, a man becomes the way the company he keeps. You know.
So here is a tricky question. If someone spends one day with you, what would surprise them?
Is maybe the core spiritual me that would surprise that person. The so
A technology person is so much.
yeah, so much. That would surprise that person. That so much spirit is so much. Yeah.
What are your non-negotiable values?
Always see things from the lens of dharma, the bigger good. So, in the modern world, there's always, okay, this is also bad, or this is something like that. And that's where I feel a value what is the bigger dharma. They'll always see what is the bigger dharma, what will do good for more. So I feel that as a...
You have worked with chairmen and CXOs. What have they taught you about leadership?
Yeah, one thing I've learned that, okay, you must take risks, okay, and then fight it out. That is one thing that I've learned. I've understood in that journey that you must know things from the ground up. So if you're onto a project, or even as a CEO, if they are onto something, they should know everything from the ground up. That is very much important, because that helps them to take the right decisions. So you must know your real people who are with you. They should be able to understand. You should always be able to understand the right people.
So what is the biggest myth people have about CEOs, successful CEOs?
Okay, I've been with so many successful CEOs, and sometimes, I don't like it when I hear something that, oh, he's successful, but it's because of luck or something like that. I really don't like it. If those CEOs have been successful, you should always admire. Because when you admire, then you gather something. You gather some positivity from them. So there's a myth about some successful CEOs, but the only myth you should not keep it in your mind is that, okay, he became successful because of XYZ or some this factor or some luck factor. No, because if success is coming to that person, try to see the positive thing, try to see the effort behind it. That will only help you.
So what does a great leader do differently?
I think almost I've answered. He takes risks and then he fights it out. So he might take wrong decisions, definitely. But then he keeps that resilience in him to fight it out, to actually reach his destination or reach where he wants to reach. So that spirit in him, a great leader would have that spirit in him, and that is what...
Has you ever lost business because you refused to compromise on your values?
What I remember is what comes to my mind with God's grace. Good clients, or no one asking me to compromise on my values, and maybe I feel that if you stand by your values very strongly, then your value changes.
Yes. Do you think AI can never be replaced? I mean, now AI is going to come, something else is going to come in and replace AI.
No. Everything is replaceable. Everything evolves, is what I hear. From AI, there will be a lot of things ahead.
There is a new which is
AGI is there, artificial general intelligence is there. Then when AGI meets quantum computing, that's a completely different world.
These are all the computer technology words which I don't know, so you might have to specify it.
Yeah. So quantum computing is a very scary thing. If I explain you in the way, so in few seconds, or not even in seconds, it can break the passwords of whatever password you keep. You keep a 110-line password.
It's scary. It's
very powerful. I would tell you on that. No, it would be scary. But there is a perspective to it. There is a perspective to it where it will take things in a much better way. That's coming. That's people have to wait for that. I would not want people to get scared about it. Be positive about it. You will grab the positive things from it, is what I would feel.
So, but there are people from the indie positive way also who's trying to see the negative and take it.
Yeah, it's also good. You have to be pragmatic. You have to see the bear case. You have to see the negative things as well. Definitely.
Because today, digital harass has also become a norm. Technology has taken you to a level where everything is scary.
Everything will go to the next level. Everyone
become scary.
to a next level. So everyone has to upgrade themselves to the next level. But I feel to go to your next level, I feel you should go with it. You automatically go to the next level.
What does success mean to you today?
Success means to me today, I see a lot of things to come ahead, please. So I'm still quite a much very ordinary right now, and I just know that I have to keep working for my purpose for the next step. That's it.
So has your definition of success changed over the years?
Yeah, maybe when I,
When the first thing came, when the first success came, it was different. Today it is different.
yeah, today I think I just see it this way that I don't see it as success. I just see it this thing that okay, you have to work for your purpose. If you are working for your purpose, there's nothing better than that. People need to understand that. That's not just. I feel that that's not just a phrase.
So what is your purpose?
I found my purpose in creating an impact always. That has given me that pleasure. That has given me that satisfaction, and I want to scale it up. I want to do something. So maybe if I've done things for the companies to help them, but I want to do something for the society that is very much core within me. I want to do something for the society, for all of us as a whole, for the world to be more harmonious, and that's their core within.
So this is very, very personal and to your heart. What is that one achievement that the world doesn't know about? What means the most to you?
You know, AI has gifted me one very nice thing that I journal with AI. Okay, I do journaling and it's amazing, and it has helped me to understand my own self, and that I feel is my biggest achievement thanks to it. That is what it is. That when I
Is it safe enough to do journaling with AI?
I would say that you should be precautious on this, and there has to be a framework. So I have actually built a framework while I was doing this the whole last 2 years. I've been doing this journaling with AI. So I am myself penning down the points where the AI actually gets drifted somewhere, and I'm penning down those points. If possible, I can make a future app somewhere which incorporates those frameworks with a good AI model so that we can actually journal with AI in the best ways possible.
So if everything disappears tomorrow, what would remain with you?
Is a connection to my journaling itself, is my awareness of myself. Because when that's what I've learned in the last 1 year. When you seek within and when you understand yourself, that helps you a lot. If I really feel that if people learn this, people do this, they can reach anywhere in their life. I strongly believe in that.
Okay, when I first met you, I knew that there is something special in you. And when I first heard your story, you had such a humble beginning. And that's one story which I was very touched with and I became your fan. And I want everyone else who's hearing here should know how an individual develops themselves from a humble beginning. It's about your story about your mother. It's a story about your childhood, which is a worth story. Today you are rich. Today you achieved a lot. You have achieved a lot, Mrudang. Accept it. At 37, you have achieved much more than a lot of people who are still trying to be there. So it's for the people who have given up in life.
See, I would not at all call it something like humble beginnings or something like that because see, like I understand that you know where I stayed, etc. But I don't see it as something of struggle or of at all as victimhood. No, because my parents, they gave me, maybe my environment was not ideal, but my parents gave me that environment which I remember that. I don't remember these things at all. Inside the house, they gave me an atmosphere which I remember now. So that's what I feel that, when any person looks back at his childhood, he will not remember anything with respect to prosperity, money. He will not remember that. He will not remember, that we did not have basic amenity or something. He will not remember that. A child remembers that beautiful environment, and that is why I'm extraordinarily grateful to my parents who within this environment also gave me that positivity, that that feeling, that environment, which has helped me a lot with respect to even my mom. I mean, she might not be even 10th standard or 12th standard, and from a very small village, she knows nothing with respect to English, and maybe not we, maybe either we were not having that much money for continuous tuitions or something. Or maybe I just didn't like to go for tuition, but she herself learned English at that stage. Okay, small things. She used to convert when there was no Google Translate. She used to bring dictionaries and actually convert each word from English to Gujarati, and then used to explain me each and every para. I mean, now when I think of those things, I really got tears in my eyes. I mean, I'm really grateful to my parents for that.
So let's have a rapid fire, okay? One word or one sentence. Coffee or tea?
Oh, none. Concoction, kada.
Books or podcasts?
Podcasts.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
So biggest strength?
Resilience.
One habit you wish everyone had?
Journaling. Or maybe meditation at least.
One technology you wish didn't exist?
Social media, mobile phones.
One person who shaped your life?
Not one person. Has to be everyone. I'm grateful to everyone around me.
One failure you are grateful for?
There was a very good investor ready with a token check in front of me, and the 24-year-old me was bargaining for some stupid small salary, and I was not communicating well, and the check went off. So obviously I did not get that very big amount, where he was actually paying me upfront for my business. That okay, I take away your business. This is a very good amount for you, and that was actually a big amount. So that is a failure, but I learned the most from it.
One word your team would use to describe you?
You should ask them, not me.
Still, you should have an idea what your team would say.
I hope they see that I'm understanding for whatever they are doing. That's
One thing money can't buy?
satisfaction which your life's purpose gives you.
One dream still left to fulfill?
One? Why one? Many.
Many? So imagine you are speaking to a 16-year-old who believes that they are too ordinary to achieve anything. What would you tell them?
I mean, we all are ordinary. In India, we all are ordinary. And if you see that all the ordinary people, whether it is these days Vaibhav Suryavanshi ho, ya anyone, you name it, they have the extraordinary in them. So I would just say one thing to everyone, that they should take risks. Okay, if there is something in them, see it, see what is there, okay, within you, and believe in yourself. Take risks. That's the first thing that I would say. Take risks, then fight it out, fail, fall, restart. That's a cycle which I would actually tell people, that take risks, because that would actually help the entire country. People would take risks, they would do bigger things than otherwise.
What legacy do you want to leave behind?
After a Gujarati movie, I got this thing in my mind that, that ethics can bring more prosperity to anyone than Jol Jale.
Finally, why do you think stories like yours should be told?
I don't like this question in a way, but everything in my story is very ordinary. There's nothing, the only thing maybe if they can see that I took a risk, and that's what I would like people, that they should take risks, fight it out, go ahead, do what they feel is their real purpose in their life. That's it.
So Mrudang, thank you for sharing your life and the wonderful journey with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling me. Thank you for these wonderful deep questions which helped me to seek more within me.
In fact, you have to
Give me a lot of clarity.
In fact, you have to go back with the questions and rethink.
Yeah.
Then write a journal.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for these wonderful questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Keep looking for the hidden gems around you. You never know, you'll find one within you. Until then, signing off, Sheena.